What's going on, everyone? IGTV, YouTube, welcome to the Credit Plug channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. So, on today's video, I'm doing another credit card review. Um, this is actually one of my favorite credit cards, and that's the American Express Blue Cash Preferred. Okay, and it's actually a pretty cool card. It's how do you call it? Translucent. You could see through it, and it has like a shiny blue. Um, you know. So, anyways, this is a card from American Express. So there's two different versions of it. So there's the Blue Cash Everyday, and then the Blue Cash Preferred. So this is the Blue Cash Preferred, and you could tell because like right here it says preferred. And so the reason why this is actually one of my favorite cards is it has one of the highest cash back for grocery categories. So it gives you 6% cash back up to 6,000 in annual spend for groceries. And so this option, and I've actually discussed this with other individuals as well. For me, there's a lot of benefit. There is a $95 annual fee, but if you're maxing out and you could calculate like the break even point, I think it's about $1,500 or somewhere around that, 1,500 or so, where you would have accumulated enough, cash back to equal that $95 annual fee, and then any amount after that is basically all profit. So up to 6,000, and then after that, I think it goes down to like 1%. So if you're spending, anywhere between, let's say 1,500 and 6,000 a year worth of groceries, which a lot of people can probably, most people would probably be somewhere between that, unless you have a large family, like a family of 5, 6, 7, 8, where you're spending, $1,000 a month on groceries. Then you're gonna, hit that $6,000 threshold, very quickly. There is the American Express Gold Card that has a 4X category up to 25,000. So so for some people who have, they know that they're going to spend way more than $6,000 on groceries a year, then that might be a better option, just because the limit is, I mean, you know, the cap is much higher. But for my purposes, I'm probably spending, I would say, about $100 a week, maybe more, maybe 120 something a week. So I'm able to meet that, I guess meet that break even point right around like month 3, month 4, between there. But yeah, I use it exclusively for groceries. And so, for every, dollar you spend, you get 6 cents back essentially. So, it does add up. So the overall benefit, because it's 6,000, the 6,000 is the limit, as far as like when or how much you can spend, and still get that 6%. So if you think about it, 6% of 6,000 is $360 minus the $95 annual fee, and you're looking somewhere around $265. So that's the value that you would receive from this card on an annual basis, if you're spending exactly 6,000, right? And then, like I said, the break-even point, I've calculated it. It's like 1587 or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but basically, to figure out the break-even point, you would just basically do the easy way that I do it. I just divide 95 95 by 6, and then multiply it by 100. And so then that'll basically give you, what that break even point is. And so, if you have, if you're only buying groceries, like let's say for two people, this is definitely a good option. But for people who have much larger families, where they're spending a lot more, and I do know some people who, they might have, three teenage or grown children who live in their household, so they might, you're trying to feed, adult people, you're going to be spending a lot more, than $100 a week. So, for this, after a certain point, it's going to have diminishing returns. But that's all why I always preface it, like, depending on your situation, because it might not be the best option for your situation. So that's just something you always have to keep in mind. And so yeah, I mean, I've had this card for 2 years now, and it's I always am able to receive positive value from it, and yeah, I mean, I recommend it. It's and there's other categories too. I think they have a 3% on transit that I don't utilize, but yeah, I mean, this is probably one of the best, if not the best, cashback category. Now, the Discover does have a 5% grocery category. I believe it's from January through March. So I might switch using that because that's 5%, but they do the cashback double at the end of the month or at the end of the year, so it's actually like 10%. But anyways, that's all I wanted to share for this video. If you're interested in applying for the Blue Cash Preferred, we do have a referral link in the description of the video. Until next time, y'all take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.